number 11, redshirt senior, Carson Wentz.
I mean, he's the kind of guy you think maybe late first, early second round. He had the broken wrist. He's been out since early October.
Dives inside the pylon. Touchdown, Bison. Welcome back, Carson.
Look how bad he wanted to get into the end zone. Lays it out, all on the line for his team.
We have a second-round grade on him now. In our recent mock draft, had him in the late first round behind Paxton Lynch of Memphis and Jared Goff from Cal. Only those two quarterbacks right now ahead of Wentz going into the draft process.
It's never been done before. The Bison football team wins its 5th consecutive FCS National Championship, the first team to ever do so in NCAA history. Why, oh my.
Following their 5th straight national championship, North Dakota State returned to Fargo without senior quarterback Carson Wentz.
I actually that night caught a flight out to just South LA, Southern California with my agent. The next day it was just hang out, get acclimated, get in my new place, and then right away Monday it was working out.
Wentz spent 2 weeks in Irvine with new quarterback coach Ryan Lindley, preparing for the Senior Bowl, an invite he didn't have to ponder long.
There was really never a decision to be made. I just knew if I was healthy, I was going to play.
The biggest name you'll hear next week isn't Cam Newton or Tom Brady.
Get ready for it.
It's Carson Wentz.
Here are the quarterbacks on the North squad. Carson Wentz, the man that everyone in Mobile is talking about, a 2-time national champion at North Dakota State.
As part of the North roster, Carson was coached by the Dallas Cowboys for 5 days in Mobile.
It's obviously a great opportunity for me to show not just my physical abilities to everybody here, but my mental side of things that obviously the Cowboys staff will get to see to a whole nother level here.
What is the one thing that you want to prove to NFL people this week that may doubt you?
Without a doubt, I want to prove that I can play at this level, play at this speed. You know, the big knock is on the FCS. You know, can he adjust? And I think I'm more than capable of doing that, and I'm just ready to prove it.
One more game on a picture-perfect, beautiful day at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. It's the North against the South. It is college football's premier senior showcase.
Wentz finished the game 6 of 10, sharing time with 3 other quarterbacks.
I went in there very confident. You know, I knew I could play, but I left there even more confident.
And I really believe it'll be interesting to see if history repeats at the draft this year. Will the Cowboys take Wentz at number 4?
Immediately following the Senior Bowl, it was back to California to continue preparation, but for an entirely new challenge.
And welcome inside the home of the Indianapolis Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium, and the home once again to another NFL Scouting Combine.
You prepare. I knew once I ran that 40, it's probably the last time I was going to run a time 40 in my life. Realistically, I understand it's not the most relevant thing, but as a competitor, I wanted to be the fastest, the best jumper, this and that. And overall, I thought it went pretty well.
Posting the second fastest time in the 40-yard dash and 3-cone drill and the second longest broad jump, Wentz's athletic ability was on display.
Who made themselves money at this combine?
You got to go Carson Wentz, Colin.
Sit in the hot seat, will you?
Yes, sir.
Quarterbacks have to be a smart guy, don't they?
They do.
Not a wise guy, a smart guy.
For sure.
What if it's zone?
He's going to shut it down.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't let me finish. Okay. You didn't let me finish.
It was a meteoric rise to the top of draft boards and what the projections were. Did that surprise you, and how did that happen?
I'm not really sure how it happened. You know, I've been in total control of what I can control, you know, focused on that. My surprise, not really. You know, I kind of expected and hoped for this, and it was a goal.
People are going to say, well, small school level, can he make the transition? It was too fast of a rise. I'm telling you, this guy has all the physical tools to develop into a good starter in the league, and those guys don't last very long on night 1 of the draft.
Following the combine, Wentz returned to Fargo, where one more major hurdle awaited. Pro Day.
Yeah, training here in Fargo, it's been great. You know, I've had a couple guys actually that I've thrown to quite a bit and that are willing to come out and run some routes and everything, and it's been great. And then just being here, you know, at the end of the day, I'm sleeping in my bed. You know, I'm back home with my dog and my friends. And, the days are still very busy, but at the end of the day, I'm still going back to my place.
Ahead of tomorrow's pro day, Carson Wentz spoke with our Britt McHenry.
What is the anxiety level like for you right now?
Pretty calm. I'm not a big, I don't get nervous too often anymore. I'm pretty confident, and I just, it's just football, and I'm just excited to go out there and throw it around with some of my buddies, some of my teammates, former teammates now, and just go have fun.
We're waiting to see 65 throws from that man, Carson Wentz, the man many people believe could be the second overall pick of the draft, or maybe number one, if John Robinson and the Titans want to trade out of that first overall selection the night of April 28th.
And we're live from North Dakota State, where Carson Wentz gets his pro day. Ron Jaworski, Mel Kiper, and Todd McShay project Wentz's game to the next level.
With Browns head coach Hugh Jackson in attendance, NDSU's Pro Day was televised live on ESPN and the NFL Network.
It was hard not to see that it was a spectacle. There was tons of scouts and media and this and that, but for me it was like, hey, guys, let's just go play catch. We've gone through this script a couple times. I mean, how many times did we come out and play catch in the Fargo Dome? And so it's just, let's go play catch and have some fun, and we did.
That ball was about 8 feet from me, and it was a laser, as we like to say, fellas, and that was with movement to the sideline. So right now, this has been outstanding. So a long way to go, but you can see the physical skill set that he has.
Together, Wentz and Lindley drafted a script of 65 passes, of which he completed 63.
I wanted to show just a little bit of everything. That I can drop back on time, complete some balls. I can break loose off schedule and complete some balls. I can throw on the run. I can throw in some uncomfortable positions and just really show my athleticism.
Carson, I immediately went up to Coach Hugh Jackson. I said, what do you think? And he went, oh my God, with his big grin on his face. So obviously he was impressed with your workout. How did you feel it went?
I thought it went pretty well. I always walk away thinking, there was that one or two that I could have had back, but it is what it is. I thought it went well. Enjoyed it. Guys were out there having fun, just playing catch. So we didn't make it a big deal. We just went out and played catch, had some fun.
We talk about face of the franchise, right? An NFL quarterback is the face of the franchise. And I want a guy, and the NFL teams want a guy, that's the first guy in, the last guy to leave, knows pass protections, understands how to watch tape, is a leader of men. Are you all those things? Because the intangibles at that level are almost more important than that right arm.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. And I think I am all those things.
Welcome to a SportsCenter special, Grudens QB Camp with Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, North Dakota State Bison.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Grudens QB Camp.
Appreciate you having me.
I got to tell you, it's a pleasure watching your offense. I love it. I mean, I'm learning football.
Yeah.
I mean, I get ideas from watching you guys.
That's good.
When I watch a play, a concept at North Dakota State, I can intercut it with NFL concepts. People are running the same plays in the league that you're running at your place.
With his performances at the Senior Bowl, Combine, and Pro Day solidifying his status as a first-round pick, Carson received an invite to the NFL Draft in Chicago. But for the first time during the process, this invite wasn't a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, the decision to go to the draft, initially I was not sure. I knew I wanted to be with my family, obviously. I was like, I could be back in Bismarck, I could be in Fargo, just hanging out. But then, I really realized it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
The question with the Browns is always the same question. Whatever they do, can they get it right? I understand that he's going to have faster and better receivers, but the defenders are going to be faster and better too. But I don't think you can look at 1AA and say, get out of here.
Here's the question. How good is Carson Wentz? That's really the question, right? The Rams went up to get Goff. Let's stop dancing around. Well, who are they going to get? They went up to get Jared Goff.
Hi, everyone. Welcome into NFL Insiders. Just another ho-hum day here in the NFL and the lead up to the draft, now just 8 days away. Here's our cast. Adam Schefter, Louis Riddick, Mel Kiper. I'm Susie Colbert. Do you think teams are hungry for quarterbacks? For the second time in less than a week, another blockbuster deal as the Eagles and the Browns swap places in the NFL draft.
If you commit that you're going to invest in quarterbacks, and you have people here who we think can teach quarterbacks as well as any in the National Football League, sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is.
After surrendering third and fourth round picks this year, a first round pick next year, and a second round pick in 2018, the Philadelphia Eagles swapped places with the Browns and had their eye on number 11.
It's been a long process, but I've been saying throughout this whole thing, it only happens once. You only get time to meet all these different teams and put your best foot forward one time. I recognize that I didn't make myself, the good Lord blessed me with all these opportunities, and I'm just here to make the most of them. And I recognize that the talent and the abilities I have are from him. And so it's like, it's not about me, it's not about giving me the glory, it's about giving him the glory.
Carson, Howie Roseman, how we doing, bud?
You doing great. How are you?
Good, you ready to be an Eagle?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're really excited to get you, man. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun.
With the second pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Carson Wentz, quarterback, North Dakota State.
Wentz, who owns 5 national championship rings, became the highest drafted quarterback to come from a non-FBS school, but has kept his humility through it all.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long process, and I couldn't ask for a better place to go. Now I can say I'm a Philadelphia Eagle.
Carson left Chicago for the city of brotherly love the day after being selected, but knows that even though his road as a Bison has come to an end, his road as an Eagle is just beginning.
I'm more than ready to go in and show what I can do, and it's not my decision when I'll play or how quick I'll be on the field, but I know I'm ready to just go attack it and try and learn as much as I can and do the best I can, and hopefully sooner than later I'll be on the field, but I'm just going to go attack it and have the same approach I've had my whole career here and just get better every day, and the chips will fall where they may.